So recently, I was having a conversation with a friend, and we're talking about random stuff, politics, economy, religion, God, family, those good stuff. And conversation really got interesting when we started talking about AI. I would believe the world has really evolved, things have been done faster and in a more intelligent way. So that really got us talking, and we kind of dive into the area of keys. I think we are beginning to produce smarter keys that things and do things differently. So my friend shared a story with me which really got my attention, and I will attempt to share the story right here. I just hope I don't make a mess of it, and I hope at the end of the story you're able to get the message like I really felt it when he said the story. So this is the story here. I just hope I'm able to tell it well. So he told a story about a father who was in the study, like just doing his normal office work from home, and the son came in trying to get the father's attention. You know what little kid do, just trying to get the father to come and play video game or whatever it is that he wanted the father to do at the time. But the father trying not to just discard the son or chase him away like that, try to engage the son and give him a challenge and say, okay, Junior, if you can do this within this time, I'm going to do whatever you want. So the Junior was like, oh yes, Dad, bring it, whatever challenge you have. So the man looked around, he couldn't find anything, and the first thing he could see was a newspaper, tore out a page of the newspaper, and that was a picture of the world map, right? So the father took the picture in front of the son. So okay, here I have the picture of the world map. I'm going to split it into different multiple piece, and if you can bring those pieces together in the shortest time, then I'm going to do whatever you want. The son was like, okay, no problem, challenge accepted. So this man got the scissors, cut this piece of the world map, the magazine, into different shades and put it in a bowl, shuffle it together and gave it to the son, fuse them together. The man went back to the desk, started doing what he was doing. In a space of 2 minutes, the son came back and called him to come and see that he has done it. The father thought he was joking. When there, lo and behold, just on the floor was the world map. Confusing, right? At that point, the father was confused, happy, excited that the son could get this map done. As a proud father, yes, he's happy for the son, but at the same time disappointed that the son got it done in the shortest time, because he wanted to use that as a distraction to keep the son busy for a long time. So out of curiosity, the father asked, how did you do this? How were you able to do this? This is where I want you to pause and meditate, right? The answer the son gave to the father was mind-blowing. I'm sure you want to say, oh, maybe you learned that from school, you have seen the world map before, you have done that, blah blah blah. No, the son responds to the father, I know nothing about the world map, I've never seen some of this country before. So what I did was, when you held the magazine up showing me the world map and turn it back, slice it into piece, I was concentrating on the image of a man and a woman that was behind the magazine. So I thought to myself, this is the son speaking, since I don't know anything about the world map, why not focus on the image that I understand and can reproduce? So what the son did was, when the father handed him back the world map, the magazine that has been cut into pieces, he focused on what he could remember. He focused on the image that made sense to him, because at the time he doesn't even know some of the countries. Even right now, I don't even know some of the countries in the world, right? So he focused on the image of the man and the woman, which is a simple image, easy to reproduce, and he made that image, knowing so well that if he can make the image behind the magazine to look the same way it was, then definitely whatever is on the other side of the magazine is going to be the same. Smart, easy, clever, right? So this is the point that really got me thinking. What about if we just focus our life on getting the small things done? What about if as adults we start thinking like that little boy that did not focus on the difficult task at hand? Oh, this is the magazine, or I need to figure this. No. When you say think out of the box, I think that gave think out of the box a new definition for me. Not thinking in the conventional way, the way the father would have loved him to think, or the way the father would have approached it. Because if that was given to an adult, you want to prove a point that you know all the countries of the world, you want to bring all the countries in Africa together and all that art stuff. But no, the son knows nothing about map, but he understands the image. So what about if we try to attempt life in that same manner, where we focus on things that we can solve, things that we understand, things that resonate with us? Because most times some of the struggles, some of the fights, some of the things that we do are because we believe there's a certain way, there's a pattern that has been approved, a standardized method of getting things done, and until we do it in that certain way, nothing can be done. Don't get me wrong, I'm not saying there shouldn't be procedure, or especially if you're working in an office that has a procedure, yeah, you should follow procedure, but at some time you need to be able to think out of the box and derive a formula, a strategy that works for you. Because one thing I've come to discover is that our individual needs or problem problem are unique for us. And sometimes why we stay put or why we stay or struggle in the same problem over time is because we want to use Mr. A's solution to solve our problem, forgetting the fact that Mr. A problem will work with Mr. A's solution. We need to derive, develop, or create a system that works for us, right? And another thing or another lesson I learned from the character or the approach of the little boy is the fact that if only we can stay calm in the midst of challenge, maybe then we'll be able to think of a better way of getting things done. Sometimes the reason we are not able to get things resolved is because when we are faced with challenge, we instantly zone out and begin to concentrate on the complexity of the problem and forget to think about the fact that regardless of how complex a problem is, if only we can realize that no matter how complex or big a problem is, there's always going to be a way we can attack or resolve it if we focus not just on the complexity of the problem, but maybe sometimes break it down into smaller achievable tasks that our brain can process, just like the little boy, not focusing on the complexity of the map, but the simplicity of the image behind the picture. So most time we probably take the little boy approach to things. Stop being the big man. Stop trying to prove a point. You don't have to prove a point to anybody. You just have to prove a point to yourself that you understand what you understood, right? The little boy saw the picture. He understand that the map was too complex for him. So he focused on what he understood. So maybe we should take that approach. Focus on things we can do. There's something definitely that you can do. There's something I can do. Why try to do things the way other people want to do it? So let's stay simple and maybe we can just get some things resolved.